Hey everybody, what's up? It's Sam from Viral Media Network. Back at it again. It's day 24 of the Knowledge Cards Civil Rights Movement put on by the Library of Congress in honor of Black History Month. And yes, it's the end of March. But simply put, if you are new to this series, started it in February to do one a day during Black History Month. And because I got busy with work and stuff, could not keep up with it. But here I am playing catch up. And because there are 3 more days, 31 days in March, we have 3 more cards to pick. This deck has a total of 48, so we're going to have 17 left over, but that's okay. So today is actually the midway point of the deck. It's not really the midway point of the series. We're far beyond that. We have 7 more days after today. But it is the midway point of the deck, and I will show you because on one side, this is what we drew yesterday. This is the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. And then here's the write-up about them, right? So all the ones that I've picked, I've flipped over so I know which ones I haven't picked. And so it was easier to tell before when I started, obviously, because there's just a few. Now we're exactly halfway. So there you go. I take the part we haven't picked, shuffle it 3 times, and it gets harder and harder to shuffle in addition to it, being, harder to tell which ones I have and which picked and which ones I haven't because it's an equal pile now. It's harder to shuffle a smaller deck, and anyone that plays cards knows that. But whatever. It's just a small observation. Oh, that was a crappy shuffle. I'm going to try that one again. So, write in the comment section, have you been enjoying this series? Is this the first episode you saw in this series? Would you like to see more of this content? Typically, I do more music stuff, and I have a podcast with other entrepreneurs, and then I do a hiking video. So I don't typically do a whole lot of, civil rights, justice, political kind of videos. But if you'd like to see that, leave a comment in the section. Leave a comment below and tell me you'd like to see more. But also, as we pick these cards, please leave a comment in any of the videos that you see about your personal history with that subject or your knowledge of the subject or anything like that. Anything you want to add to the discussion. This is an open forum. I am no expert in any of this. This is a self-discovery to share with you and also to hopefully motivate you to be more educated in this subject and the fight for equality amongst everybody, and to be an ally if you can, and to also, be on the side of, like I said, equality and justice for all, and to really take to heart what this country is supposed to be about, and to hold everyone accountable to that. So I shuffled 3 times. I'm going to pick from the middle, and let's do this one. Yeah, Fannie Lou Hamer. This is the I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, but we shall read about it. Let me put my glasses on here so I can read it. The television cameras rolled as Fannie Lou Hamer encountered an arrest as a civil rights activist when she was beaten with a blackjack. She was addressing the Credentials Committee of the 1964 Democratic National Convention as a leader of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, MFDP, which challenged the right of the all-white delegates of the Democratic Party to represent the state, since African Americans had been excluded from choosing them. The youngest of 20 children born to sharecroppers and a sharecropper herself, Hamer was forced to leave her home for attempting to register to vote. She worked with the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, who we drew yesterday, and that's the card we drew yesterday, dedicating herself to voter registration. When asked by a reporter if she were trying to be equal with the white man, she replied, "I don't want to go down that low. I want the true democracy that will raise me and the white man up, raise America up." Kind of what I was just saying is like, the ideals, as flawed as the forefathers were, we put them on a pedestal, yet they owned slaves. And Thomas Jefferson had a, mixed baby with one of his slaves, the children out of wedlock, right? That kind of thing. There is something to be said about the ideals in that, but how true are those ideals when within the Constitution the black person was an eighth? It was later amended, So, I think that's where we need to be careful about, holding this to the true. But we know what the true America is. The true America is where any race, creed, ideally, right, kind of like you think the Statue of Liberty, right? And so, um, another great another great person in the fight for justice, and really on the front lines. Didn't learn too much about her in when I was taught this in elementary and grade. Well, more like middle school or high school, but a little bit of middle school, grade school, I should say. But Fannie Lou Hamer. And that's day 24 of the knowledge cards put out by the Library of Congress. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for day 25. We're getting close to the end here. I'm Sam from Viral Media Network. Be kind to one another, love one another, and understand each other's differences and similarities so we can learn how to get along. And like she said, raise the white man up, give more equality to underserved people, and rise us all up, A rising tide carries all boats. And I will leave it there. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you again for joining me.